Hey y'all, welcome back to Thoughts of a Black Queen podcast. I am your host, Lorraine Renee, and y'all, I really am my own entertainment. I crack myself up sometimes. The things that I do and the things that I say to myself, I need to be studied, I'm just saying. Anyways, y'all, welcome back. If you're returning, what's up? What's good? If you're new to this, thank you guys for giving this a chance. I hope that you will return. Fellas, if you're in the room, what's up? Y'all know the routine. Come on in, have a seat, sit down, but don't touch nothing. This is for my girls, but you guys will get something from this as well. Let's go ahead and get into this. I got a lot to talk about.
Let's do this.
It's showtime.
You're listening to the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast.
These are just my thoughts.
With your host, Lorraine Renee.
A woman, her thoughts, and a mic.
Are you ready? Check this out.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's the eve of the new year. It's the eve of the new year. Hey, y'all, if you're listening to this on the day that I dropped this, then you're listening to this on New Year's Eve, which is off brand for us because, you know, we drop on Self-Care Sundays, but I wanted to go ahead and end this on the last day of the year. I'm excited, y'all. I love when we get ready to come into a new year. I love the holiday season. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday, but I also love coming into the new year because it's like a reset, right? We get a reset. We get a chance to like, okay, this is what happened last year. I'm going to take all of this shit and I learned a lot. I went through a lot. I'm going to take all those lessons. I'm going to pack them up and I'm going to take the lessons and I'm going to leave the BS in the last year, but I'm going to come into the new year with lessons. Y'all had to have learned something. Y'all had to have learned something because let me tell you why I know y'all had to have learned something. 2025, they was playing in our face, right? People, they was literally, quite literally playing in our face in 2025. Y'all, they was doing some absurd. When the last time you said absurd? When's the last time you said somebody was being absurd? That's how people was being in 2025. We was seeing it on social media and we was living it real life in real time. I know I was. Got my feelings hurt a couple times. Disappointments, stress. And I mean, you know, that happened in 2024 and 2023 as well. But 2025 was on some different stuff. It was just like, but you know what? I think that the biggest lesson that I learned in 2025 was that I knew better. Like, I knew better. So that's one thing that y'all know we heavily focus on. We focus on accountability. Where we need to take accountability, we're going to take accountability. And I'm just going to say, without going too deep into that, because that's not what we're here about. We're wrapping up this solo season, but we're talking about it. I'm taking my accountability for some of the bullshit that went on in my life in 2025 because I knew better. And if you know better, you do better. So I'm good. I've already put into play. I've already had to put into practice some of the things that I learned. So we're going to come on into 2026 and we're going to do better, right? And I'm excited about it because I got so much stuff for y'all. So like, you know, lock in with me wherever you feel like you want to lock in with me if you're not already. On social media, my exclusive Patreon community, my website, thoughtsofblackqueen.com. Make sure you're signed up over there. I got so much stuff that my creative juices have been flowing. The ideas, I keep coming up with stuff that I can't even finish one thing before I got another thing planned, but it's going to be amazing. The timing of this is perfect. And let's just say that like this solo season wrap up, it really is there's meaning to it. And the solo season has been stretched out for a minute, right? If you've really been rocking with me, then you know that our solo season has been stretched out for a minute. But that's because it's been real, y'all. This podcast, like, this isn't just a podcast because I want y'all to hear my voice. This isn't just a podcast for me to just drop stuff that I think y'all want to hear. This podcast is personal. And the reason why I say it's personal is because I can only share with you guys the things that I know. At least that's how I want to stand on business with y'all. Like, I want to share with you the things that I know. And I don't claim to have known everything. I don't claim to have gone through everything, but I've been through a lot, right? And so I have a lot of experiences under my belt, and through experiences we gain wisdom. And so the reason why this podcast, this series, the solo season series has stretched for so long is because it was real. It was unfolding, and I was dropping things as it was happening in real time. And so, like, I don't want to just talk about stuff. I want to give you guys gems and jewels based off of the things that I know, like, this worked for me. Not necessarily to say that it's going to work for you, but just like, this is what I got from this, or, you know what I mean? Like, I want this to be valuable to you guys, and I want you guys to share it with other women and say, listen, this is a pretty dope podcast. You know what I mean? Like, the host, she's very relatable, and that's all I ever wanted for this podcast. So yeah, so like, this finally wrapping this season, I just felt like, for content's sake, I felt like it was time to wrap it up. You know what I mean? And we're gonna move into a whole new series, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll touch on that, but like, I want to, because if this is your first time tuning in, then I'm just gonna kind of wrap up basically everything that we've talked about between entries 40 and 48, and that's what this entry 49 is going to be about. And then when we move into entry 50 in the new year, we'll be on a whole new vibe. It'll be a whole new vibe, whole new topics, whole new like a different level from what we've been, because we've been intentionally just focused on our solo season. So just ourselves and the things that we need to work on for ourselves. This season was not about anybody else. Of course, other people played roles in decisions that we had to make, or even the decision to go into our solo season. Obviously, it could have been other people that played a role in that, where you just kind of, like, I know, like, for me personally, it did. When I had to leave from one relationship, it was time for me to say, okay, I need to go into my solo season. And quite honestly, if you really, really been rocking with me, then you know that I've said way, way, way back that my solo season really actually started when I was still in a relationship, which is why I don't want anybody to get it twisted. Just because we've been talking about the solo season and being in that time in your life, it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be single, because you can still be in a relationship. You can have a spouse, you can have a partner, and still need to kind of go into some moments of solitude. Obviously, if you're cohabitating with someone, or you have someone in your life, you can't just isolate yourself and not have them in your life at all. You know what I mean? You can't do that, but you can be intentional, and you can communicate that there's just some things that you need to work on and take a deeper look inside yourself. And so, like, you might need to take some time and do some things solo. So don't get that twisted. You can still go back and you can listen to it, even if you have been in a long-term relationship, you're married, whatever. There's always something for someone. The same thing that I say, like, with men. Which is why I opened up the forum for the Men Matter 2 blog column, because I want everybody to be able to get something from this. Now, y'all know my girls. Y'all my girls. So this is for you. This is for us. But, self-care is self-care, and that doesn't exclude the men. So anyways, so y'all know the routine. Get your teas, get your journals, because I'm going to give you guys some prompts as we move through this, but I'm going to wrap up just everything that I hoped that you guys took from the past series, just kind of like from a broad perspective of it, and hopefully it will help you to give you a little bit more insight of where I'm going with the next series, right? So